said that, you know, a little smidge, I'm a little Prince. Don't forget to goddamn subscribe too. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's go ahead and see what's going on.
When the family feels.
Now, police are investigating a deadly shooting in East Columbus that happened early this morning. Police say they found the man on Sterling Lane near Stelzer Road, suffering from a gunshot wound, and he died shortly after.
Every time you look up, there's a dead body in your backyard or laying on your side of your porch. This is Columbus, Ohio. They shot my car up.
And sad for his community.
I thought we got away from this. We had a good day yesterday.
That's fucked up. I'm sorry to curse, bro. I'm so sorry. That's messed up, bro. Cause I can see it in his eyes. Like I can feel it in his heart. He just an old man, and he on some like, I don't even want to be around this. I don't want to do this no more. I thought we moved out here to get away from this, and that's what they still doing. I feel him 110%. Imagine that you work all your life, you do shit the right way, you get away from the drugs, the guns, and all the BS, move out the hood, and just for the hood to find you again. Messed up, bro.
You know, fishing, you know, then come home to this. Come to me, in like matter of seconds. Heard like 5 shots. Look out the window, guy's laying there. I run out, try to revive him.
10 TV was on the scene of an arrest by SWAT officers. You can see them taking 25-year-old Keith Coleman into custody. This has happened on South Richardson Avenue in the Hilltop. He was charged with murder in a shooting back in July on Sterling Lane.
Fam, when somebody say revenge don't got no date on it, this story a prime example of that. Now, fam, before we go any further, I want to ask you a question. Let alone shot you in the face. But if somebody shoot you and they get away and you still living, what would you do? Today, we talk about a man who decided to get revenge in his own hands. Waited 7 months for the perfect opportunity to kill the man who shot him in the face. Today we go over his story, see what happened, see where this happened, the victim and the suspect, and see where we at today. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you the rank, I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Today we're going to Columbus, Ohio, about 2 hours away from Cleveland, Ohio. But just 3 weeks ago, a Ohio man was sentenced to decades in prison for avenging his own shooting 7 months later. But in order for us to find out how we got to this point, fam, I gotta take it back 2 years ago, January of 2022, and head to an apartment called Eastside Apartment Complex in Columbus, Ohio, where a 32-year-old man who went by the name of Harry Moore Jr. had shot Keith Coleman Jr. in the face inside their neighborhood. But Keith Coleman had survived, and he lied to police and did not cooperate in the investigation. But detectives were able to collect shell casings from the scene, according to...
I'm gonna be real with you, gang. I understand the street code. I understand why people don't snitch and all this and that. He just hit me in my face. I'm snitching, and then I'm moving out the city. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. I swear. If I got 5,000, 3,000, I can be broke. I would sleep in my car in Arizona or somewhere before I stay here. You're crazy. I just got hit in the face. Not playing in them streets no more. I'm not gonna stay in the same city now. No.
Prosecutors, and that was key because shortly after midnight on July 3rd, 2022, Keith Coleman had laid in wait for more at the same apartment complex.
With the crypto and stock market heating up, what's your excuse for losing out on money and not investing right now? Because if you miss out on this chance to invest, you may never get another chance again. I'm telling you, stock and crypto is the way to go because it's the only way you can invest your money and make money in your sleep. So if you're looking to make some money in your sleep and you're looking to get rich like I am, go ahead and hit the link in the description right now.
Complex. Prosecutors said Coleman shot Moore in the face and back. Moore was able to fire 1 round back, and the ballistic testing matched the bullet casing to the January 2022 shooting where Coleman was hurt.
Now, police are investigating a deadly shooting in East Columbus that happened early this morning. Police say they found the man on Sterling Lane near Stelzer Road, suffering from a gunshot wound, and he died shortly after arriving at the hospital. 10 TV's Kiana Deiches talked to neighbors who were there when it happened.
Police say the man shot and killed is 32-year-old Henry Moore Jr. I spoke to neighbors who knew him, but they say the worst part about this is what happened here this morning is something they see far too often.
Every time you look up, there's a dead body in your backyard or laying on your side of your porch. This is Columbus, Ohio.
With bullet holes, busted windows, and shards of glass in Sterling Apartments, Brian Stewart is
I'm tired of this.
tired of the violence, coping with the aftermath,
They shot my car up.
and sad for his community.
I thought we got away from this. We had a good day yesterday, you know, fishing, you know, then come home to this.
On Sunday morning, there was a shooting in his
That is
neighborhood. This time, his dog heard it first.
Zeus heard it, come to me, in like matter of seconds. Heard like 5 shots. Look out the window, guy's laying there. I run out, try to revive him.
Police say the victim, Henry Moore Jr., was shot just before 12:30 in the morning. He was taken to Grant Medical Center, where he died. Stewart says gun violence is shattering this community in more ways than one.
I'm on a fixed income. I have to come out the pocket. That's not fair. It's not fair to citizens that we have to take this stuff over somebody's stupid decisions. Now this person or these people are never going to see the light of day.
His plea to people committing the crimes:
Y'all put these guns down. That's it. Put these guns down.
this is the
Hey man, sometimes when old heads speak, you gotta shut up and listen. And that was some real ish she just said, man. Y'all better listen to old head. And hey, old man trying to put y'all dumb ass down. I know it's a lot of y'all young high heads that watch these videos. And I make these videos to preach to y'all young niggas. There's not a lot of ways to get to y'all young ends. So I be trying to preach to y'all. Stay out them damn streets, because this was gonna happen, bro. It's never gonna be no happy ending fairy tale shit, bro. It's always gonna be tragedy. This ain't no goddamn action movie. It's a tragedy. Cut it out.
65th homicide in Columbus this year, and police are still looking for the person who did this. Reporting in East Columbus, Kiana Dyches, 10 TV News.
Now, Coleman didn't get arrested until 3 months later on October 13, 2022. And it wouldn't be until after he get arrested until the public was able to find out how he was able to get up with the guy who shot him in the face 7 months later and kill him.
Today, 10 TV was on the scene of an arrest by SWAT officers. You can see them taking 25-year-old Keith Coleman into custody. This has happened on South Richardson Avenue in the Hilltop. He was charged with murder in a shooting back in July on Sterling Lane. 32-year-old Henry Moore Jr. died in that shooting. Coleman is scheduled to be arraigned tomorrow morning.
Here's where we find out that detectives was able to get Keith's cell phone records and his online account. He was also pulled over a month after the shooting, August 24th, 2022, where apparently he was pulled over with some narcotics and a firearm. But that wasn't important to this case. The prosecutors wanted to point out that the vehicle that he was pulled over in was the same vehicle that was used the night of the murder. Now, Keith wanted to take it to trial, and one of the evidence that the prosecutors used was Columbus Police Detective Sean Taylor, who's an expert in digital forensics. And he was able to do a phone extraction to Keith's phone, and this is what they found. The phone and its contents will show that the defendant read an article about the murder at 3:24 a.m. the very same morning of the murder, and then later that same morning started checking the municipal court website and the common plea website for its own cases. According to prosecutors, they believe he was checking to see if he had any cases against him. And apparently, they from the same neighborhood, but it got divided between the older generation and the younger generation. Keith was a part of the younger, Moore was a part of the older. And in January of 2022, Keith had talked back to Moore, and Moore had shot him in the face instantly. And of course, if Keith would have talked to the police, the neighborhood would have knew about it and said something.
But talking back to him, person though? Nigga did that for talking back to him? Damn. I see why y'all at war with y'all big homies. Y'all big homies don't love you. That's some crazy shit. A smack, maybe. Like, you might have punched a nigga or something, but like, you popped a nigga in his face? Damn. What the hell y'all got going on over there?
And after 3 months, Keith's face had held up, but he still smiled at Moore's face and kept it cordial about 10 times before he popped him. In the neighborhood, he knew what he was going to do, but he wanted to find the perfect opportunity. Now, it's important to know this. According to prosecutors, the car that they used had 2 people, and they can't prove whether Keith was the driver or the passenger. But Keith kept it solid once again, and only he was taking the trial. Fast forward to September 23rd, 2024, Keith was 27 years old, and he was found guilty on 1 aggravated murder and 2 murder charges. Not to mention having a switch. A month later, November 20th, 2024, Keith was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole until after 35 years. And to think, all this started because of neighborhood beef and pride. It's a very unfortunate situation. 2 men lost their life because this was all they knew. 1 dead and 1 to the system.
Crazy as hell, man. It's like you said, 1 dead, 1 to the system. It's either way you finna go with it, bro. Because eventually, somebody gonna try you in these streets. Somebody's gonna try you. And what you do back is gonna dictate 2 things. How they gonna treat you going forward and how the police gonna look at you going forward. And nigga, look, once you too deep in, like you think Lil Reese can just, he could, but you think he just gonna stop today and go work at a business center or some shit, or go get a degree and be a lawyer or something, or try to be an engineer or something? No, he a street nigga. He been a street nigga for 30-something years. He finna keep being a street nigga. Like, he can probably, get out of it and do another lane, but he ain't finna just completely change his flow. It's what some people choose to do with their life, man.